Well, hi there, guys. Welcome. So, my name is Kelly, in case you missed that from the intro. And today I'm going to share a tour of my Delphonics Pencil Pouch in pink. I just recently got this and the extra small size, so I left the tags on to show you. And this is off of Amazon, of course. Okay, so I have this finally set up. So let's just go over it one by one, shall we? It is completely full. I have everything that I need in here, and then some. So first, I just decided to put this on, and I left the tag on because I actually never ended up using this before. Putting it on here. I got this from Nordstrom's several years back. It says, shake me, brush me, fluff me. 100% acrylic faux fur made by Nyla Anthony. Okay, and that is for Nordstrom's. Like I said, you know, they have their anniversary sales. Because this was like $30. So anyway, that's where I got that from. And then I also have this on the little zipper pull, as you can see. And I actually made this. I've shown this on my videos before. It's a little tassel that I made out of yarn, multicolored yarn. And I put a pearl on it right there, and rose gold hardware with a lobster claw, so I just slipped that on. And then this faux fur piece is just slipped on where the straps would go, because you can actually hook a strap to this and wear it as a crossbody or what have you. So there's that, and there's a strap holder on this side as well that I don't have anything on. So let's go over the pockets here first, where I have things on the outside. Now, a lot of the things I've had for many years, so, but the idea of it is still there, and lots of people still make these. So I have these two goodies, and they are both from Michaels. I just so happen to put a unicorn, double unicorn charm on this one, since it was unicorn, and this is a lemon set, and they're both different. This one is made for washi, and this came with this washi inside of it. It has just 2 cards, and then they have the blank cards, so you can fill these up at your leisure with your own washi. No problem for me, because I love washi, and I have plenty of it. So I thought this was a handy dandy idea, and would be perfect for this pouch. And then this one, the lemon one, has stickers in it. Now each of these, that's upside down, each of these, it's top loading, came with stickers in it, and they're super tiny. I've never used any of them so far. You know how you save things that are so cute? Well, this is part of that. A little genre, if you will. I think they're super cute. Just basic planner stickers made by Recollections. But I like this idea on how compact they are, because I can take this pencil pouch everywhere and anywhere with me, and these things just fit right in. So, you know, that's the whole point. Like, if you're going out or what have you, you can take this with you. If you're going on an extended trip, you can take this with you. I would, personally, for me, I would check this because of the fact that these things can fall out and they're not secure under the zipper. Or I would just use 2 of these, because I have the ochre Delphonics pouch, and I have this in extra small, and I have the ochre in large and medium. But I could just take all this out and put it in one of those. But for me, I have another smaller Delled pencil pouch, so I would just take that on if I was going on a trip. And with coronavirus, I would not recommend to plan any trips right now, but that's just me. But in any event, yeah, I would take that one because it's secure. And then check this. Let's say I was going on a trip for a couple of months or whatever, you know, then I would have this and that one. But that would be accessible to me at all times because I'd just have it in my purse. Whereas this one, once I got to my destination, then I would just pull this out. So that's how I would go about it. Because things fall down and when you travel and all of that could just slip right out. So this back part is completely empty. You can put things in there. I chose not to. And then here we have the front. Now I did put 1, 2, 3 paper clips from Planner Society on there just for decorative purposes only. So I think that looks cute. I'm ready to have spring come. So that's how I have those. Okay. And then let's just go one by one. In this little slot here, I have an E&M pencil that has lead for sketching or whatever you would like to do with it. I've shown this in when I originally got it a couple years back, so almost a couple years now. Okay, and then I have a Wink of Stella in clear. Okay, like to have that in there. And then, oh, you should be over here. And then I have this pen, and this is from, not the current kit, but the kit before, Stationery Selection Kit by Mitz. My new one just came today. But, anyway. This is a Pilot pen. It's called a Pilot Multi-Ball, as you can see. And this will write over your glossy anything, stickers or washi tape. It's a really great pen. Okay, so I added that in. And then I have a brand new, well, relatively speaking, Palomino Blackwing Pearl sketching pencil, basically. So I have this cover on it. I have silver ones and I have these ones. I have hauls already done on that. And it has an eraser on it. I actually didn't think I would use it, but I did. And you can refill the eraser. So I like to have one of those, and it's super tall. And it was even longer because I've sharpened this. So, along the same vein, I have my Faber-Castell eraser. Very handy indeed, because I do a lot of pencil drawing. And then I'll go over it, ink it up, basically. So I've also been using my fountain pens to do drawings as well, as of late, so that's been really fun. Okay, and then I just have a pen from the Planner, one of the Planner Society kits. It's a rollerball. It's a thick one. Very girthy and round. So I like to have that. One of those on hand. And then I have this. This came out of a Happy Scrappy box, I think, last year or the year before. And it has a super, super duper tiny point. It's probably 0.1. So I have that, and it writes really nicely. Okay. And then I have, let's see, a pair of scissors. You can get these anywhere, Amazon or Jet Pens. And it has purple hardware on this one. Very cute with the pink and blue polka dot. And then it just opens up as a pair of scissors. And these are rounded. I don't know if you can take these on the plane with you when traveling or not. You know who would be good to ask that, because she travels a lot, is Katherine from, I think it's KMN Plans. I'll link her channel below. She would know. She's actually the one who turned me on to these years ago. So, I like having those. But they are rounded scissors on the tip, so you could probably manage to take that with you. Alright, and then I got this many moons ago. This is a Lottie and Lori. I wish you luck. Your friend Lottie. And this says, give for you. All I want to do is making love to you. Okay. I think these things are like lost in translation. This is from a Korean shop. It's very cute. So I like to use this for a specific purpose. And this is a little zip pouch. And it's made out of like vinyl. So you just unzip it, and it unzips all the way. And then I just have a fountain pen in here because I don't want it to get ruined. This is a Be New fountain pen. Okay. Very beautiful. So I like to have that in there and kept well protected so it does not get scuffed or scratched. Alright, and then I just have an empty Pentel Aquash brush pen. I've never used this one. It's brand new. There's something, I don't know where on earth my other brush pen is. I always keep my things straight, so it's somewhere. I just, out of the ordinary. It must have fallen or got moved by my honey, my little mister. I don't know. And then I have a mini spray bottle. It was a freebie gift from scrapbook.com. This is empty at this time. Okay. It has a very fine mist, so this is perfect size for traveling. And that's it for that pocket. And then here, in this pocket, on this side, I have another one of these Tombow Mono 2-way correction tape and eraser in pink. The other one I have is lavender, which I keep in my other pencil pouch. So I like having that on hand at any given time. And then I've dedicated an entire pocket just for my adhesives. Okay. So I have my Quickie glue pen here. Okay. This is a brand new one. I just got these. Has a heart shape here. I have all kinds of adhesives in here. Let's go with this. And then this is out of shape, but this is off of, actually usually I get these off of scrapbook.com. I like the 1/8 inch size because I have such intricate pieces. The 1/4 is a little big. So this is double-sided tape, basically. And I got it off of Amazon. Okay. Next, I have my Tombow Mono Dots adhesive in pink. This is the pink one. I have a palette knife. It's made out of plastic, so I can cut washi tape. I can use this to scrape things and paint and whatever. And I actually put this in here too. This wiper made by P.W. Ackerman from the Netherlands. It has this little leather Ackerman logo letterpressed into the leather. It's very lovely. So I just keep this in here so I can wipe off my fountain pens. And then I have a good old-fashioned glue stick. These always come in handy. I always like to have a glue stick on hand. And I rotate between this kind, because it's $1, and this kind, my planner glue pen, because these are $1 for like 8 during back to school. And these are way more expensive, although these work really well. So I rotate these two. And then I like to have all different kinds of glue on hand at any given time. And then this is made by Tsukui, and it is a petite dot liner. So really I could just keep this one in here, this really small one, and then not have this in here at all. So let me go ahead and show you also what I've done is I have added a few different pins. I have 4 pins and 1 button. So this button says Mr. Rogers' Neighborhood. Love that. And then these pins are based off of Mr. Rogers' Neighborhood as well. And this is Mr. Rogers in his sweater. And then this is the trolley. And this trolley, it moves. How stinking cute. And not only is this Mr. Rogers' Neighborhood trolley, but this is what the trolley looks like in Old Town. In Old Town Alexandria here in Virginia. So they have those running. Always see them, they drop off and pick up a lot by the metro. So, one of the metro stations. And then I have these two. This is a library card. And then this is a date roller stamp. How sweet is that? I love this combination. And all of these pins are off of Amazon. Okay? So, now this is really chock-a-block full. But I like having all of this available to me where I don't have to be up in my studio. I can be anywhere in my home and just grab this and go to the couch, go to the kitchen, or wherever. And then I have everything I need to work on something. You know what I mean? So I really like having all of these things on hand. And they fit, so why not? Everything fits in nicely. And for this, of course, I keep this in its own slot right here because I don't want it to get scratched, and I don't want to have more than one of these. So I can put this here. It just depends on your preference, how you like to set yourself up and how you use things. You know. But in any event, I really love this pouch. It really, really holds quite a bit, so super happy with it. Put these cute clips back on. And they're all Planner Society from previous kits, so like having them. And then I want to keep this very handy. Just like so. In fact, I forgot that was in there because I had it stuffed all the way in there. So, okay, now on the inside. Here we go. And I have quite a bit in here as well. So let's just start. Now I just threw this whole thing in here. Everything I have already done a haul on previously, but these are just, I forget what the actual name is, but it's just, ooh, I need a new bag. It's just a clip. I'll show you one since it came out. It's super duper tiny. So you can see, and then you put it in your project on your paper, and then you open up both sides, and it stays in. So these are the mini ones, and they're from Amazon. And anything you want to see, you want to know about where I got it from, I've already done a haul on everything, so you can just look at my playlist of art and planner supplies. So in any event, I'm going to leave that out because I need to put that in a new bag. Okay, so I have this dauber I got as a freebie in here. It's so much fun to have this set up. Super handy. I have a black wing pencil sharpener for my colored pencils and my regular pencils. It has part 1 and part 2, so sharpen it and it peels it away, and then it makes it pointy, as a sharpener does. It has 2 extra blades in here. Jet pens, dude. Jet pens. Okay. Alright, and then this I like to keep in here, and this is a pencil gripper. Pencil holder gripping Sonic, and it's pink and lavender. Has an eraser built in, so once this pencil gets small, I can just slip it in here that way. Hopefully I can. I'm sure, yeah, it'll let me, because it has grooves. Or I could just snip this whole part off and stick it in, but I don't think I'd go to that much trouble. So there's that. And then I have an Allie Edwards date roller stamp in here. And I have a mini corner chomper shaped like a little pool, like a kidney-shaped pool. Okay. And then I have Fiskars tweezers. Now, I just picked the things I typically like to use, so that is what I've added to the mix here. Then I have this Katherine Pooler acrylic block. Love this. It's just a handy size. So I wish it didn't actually have the divots on all 4 sides. I wish it was just flat and a little bit shorter, and shorter this way, like half of the size. Hopefully Allie Edwards will make one, because she has the exact size that I would love, because I use a lot of word art for my planners and art projects and things like that, and my one little word. Okay, and then I have one of these rulers, circular, so you can make all different kinds of grids and dots, moons, and circles, and straight lines. I got this several years back. Okay, and then, let's see. I have this. It was a freebie. I haven't used it yet in here. But it's Ranger Tim Holtz Distress Oxide and Weathered Wood. And then right in here, because on the inside, in case you're not familiar, there are 4 pockets. Okay, focus. And 1, 2, and then 2 on this side. And I have just a small lavender purple paper clip, and then I have a large ollie clip in here. So in case I need to keep my books open or whatever, I have the capability of doing so. Let's see if that's it. Yep, that's it for those pockets. Okay, here we go. And then I have this. And this is made by Heidi Swap. And it uses this Heidi swap is super duper tiny, and it fits perfectly in your hand. And it's much, much smaller than, I'll show you, the Tim Holtz tiny attacher. And really like the size. I mean, it's just the perfect size. So you can actually have it in a pouch like this. So here, I'm going to show you a comparative view just so you can see the difference between the tiny attacher and this Heidi Swap version. Okay. Look at that. Okay, so for on the go, this is it. And I love my tiny attacher. I do. So, but for the purposes of a pouch, I like having this small size. Okay, and these take number 10 staples. Where did I put that? I wanted to show you what I got. These I got separately, and they are rose gold staples. So you can see number 10, you get 1,000 staples, and they are rose gold, in fact. Okay. So once these run out, and these just have your typical silver ones, then I will refill it with these rose gold ones. Yeah, I like having that option. Okay. And then in here, I have another Hello Kitty pencil holder. It's a plastic one, and this is from 2008. Just opens. I think I got this probably at Target. And then, ta-da! I actually even have the Heidi Swap staples. Those are the number 10 mini staples for the stapler. But I've also added in the rose gold ones. So I'm going to take these out because I had something else in there. I want to use these, so anyway. Okay, so I have several different tools in here. Oh, I didn't realize I had this in here. This is my favorite one. This is the We Are Memory Keepers tweezer set. So I actually don't have to have this set in here. I can just keep those in here, so I will put those away. I just set this up, so, you know. And then I wanted to have this. This is just one of those, it's called Superior Moistener. And it has a little sponge on the top of it. This is so old. Anyway, you just take the top off here and then add a little water. And then you can just moisten your seals. S-E-A-L-S. Because as of late, the classic-y seals, I've been getting a lot of those in my mitts, my stationery selection box by Mitts, so I wanted to have that on hand so I could just use that to add water, basically, to the seals. And then I have this. This is the multi-function purpose tool, and I think it's one of those brands. I can't remember the name, but if you just Stampers Anonymous, no, not Stampers Anonymous. It's one of those companies that individuals are sales representatives and they sell stuff. But if you just look up multi-purpose tool, they sell stuff on Amazon too. Those people. I got this from my friend. And then I have one of these, and it's a creaser basically. That's how I use it. So it has two different ends. Okay, and I chose that one specifically. I got this it's a 1mm and a 5mm. You can use this for nail art. If you just have the nail art ones, which I do, you could also just use that to crease your papers. So I have that in there. Okay, and then last but not least, let me just put this down so I can show you. I have, basically this is a slice tool, and it says, this is from Amazon, made in Japan, pen cutter. That's what they call it, a pen cutter. But it's like your slice tool for Michaels, basically. So it has a tiny ceramic blade right there. So I wanted to have one of those on hand. I like to do a lot of cutting out for magazines. And I like to use that for it because sometimes you don't want to cut the whole page. Especially if you haven't read the whole article or what have you. So I like to use that specifically for that. So I do like having that on hand quite a bit. And I just play a delicate dance just so I can fit everything back in. But I like having all of my tools, well, several tools, just handy in here. And it fits well. And then it's still going, as you can see. Now, I don't really like having this stuffed. I like it just about like this. But I do like being able to have this in here. Okay. But having all the other things, it does make it a little bit bulky. So, but these are the things I typically use. So I really wanted to have those with me, because if I'm doing a project and I'm not doing it in my studio here where I'm filming, I want to be able to have everything together. And normally what I do is I just gather a bunch of different materials that I'm using, and inevitably I have to come back up and get something else that I forgot or whatever. But this, at least I have my tools all, the same tools that I use here in my studio, I have here. Now, I don't have every tool, obviously, in here, but I have enough where I know I typically, what things I typically use, so. Okay, and then next, I just used these Ali Edwards plastic zip pouches. They come in my kits, and I'm so glad. And this is a new addition to her kits, because she used to just have them in those paper pouches, so I'm glad she finally upgraded and put them in these. So I use these all the time for a lot of different things. So in this one, I have a bunch of different stencils. Now these stencils happen to be hers. These are Ali Edwards stencils. Let me just get something so I can show you. Okay, I have a piece of paper here. So these are trees, pine trees. And hearts. I love using stencils. And I have stars. And these have such a small profile that they fit nicely in this pouch. And these are just slanted lines on the bias, and then little mini squares. Very nice. And then this one is off of, this one is even much, much thinner. This is made by Kaiser Crafts. The moon phases, all of the moon phases, and a constellation of stars. This is off of scrapbook.com. Okay. And what I like to do, how I use these a lot, is not only just tracing it, but I take my dauber. So this is my pouch dauber. And then my Distress Oxide. So I have a whole case of all the colors in my Michaels drawers right beside me here in my studio. And I have all the colors, and I have all the daubers to match each color. And they're daubers like this, but they're the little round ones. Okay, so I just dip those in, and I like to use my stencils like that. Okay, you can use a toothbrush, a makeup sponge, whatever you have on hand. That's generally what I do and how I use it. And it works out. It makes your spread very lovely, in fact. And then I have a bunch of these. And you can see I have used this set before. And these are from different kits from the Planner Society. And these are just a little bit bigger, wider, and taller than the credit card size. And I had 6 of the credit card size ones, but my friend's husband accidentally swept up off the floor one of my Japanese stencils, the credit card size pink one, and he threw it away. And that's super cute. Anyway, they all fit nicely in here, and I just like to have them corralled in one of these pouches here because I don't want them to get ruined. You know, collectively everything costs a lot of money, so I try really hard to take care of my things properly so I can enjoy using them for years to come, and other people in my life to use them for years to come. So I really like art, so I try to, you know, impart that onto other people so they can have an appreciation and a love to just create themselves. Okay, and then this one is one of my most favorite pouches, actually, because of what is in it. Alright, another Ali Edwards pouch. And what I keep in here are just scraps. I have scraps of yarn, I have scraps of cording, I have a rubber band, I have felt, and I also have this little pouch here that has scraps of, this is a Dollar Tree, not scrap. This is a Minnie Mouse snack bag. So I keep like extra pieces of ribbon, and actually I do have some yarn in here and pieces of thread, just itty bitty pieces normally that you would throw away. But you know, these little things, I've gathered them in here for a long time. They just come in handy when you want to add a little something, some texture or what have you to even this little tiny leftover piece of ribbon. It just adds texture to whatever layout or project you're working on. Sometimes you just need a little bit. So in order to use these, normally I keep these in the drawer beside me, but as of late I've added them to this pouch because I found that I'm not filming I don't film everything that I do. I share some of my projects online on this platform, and some things I just keep for myself, you know. And so I find that when I'm not filming, I really like having this pouch handy because then I can just add right to it. And then if I am filming, I can bring this up to my studio here or just use different elements. So anyway, that is my philosophy on that. And then I have a few more things, believe it or not, in here. Okay, and then this says, oh, let's just see, because I can't read it, I forgot. This little piece is also in here, and this comes in handy. So, it's a magnifying glass. It says, little twin pairs. Okay? And this is from 2004 Sanrio. It's a little round tin. It's so cute. These things make me happy, you know. When you have a bad day or, you know, whatever happens that you're dealing with and you want to just unwind. I mean, seeing these things, it just makes you happy, you know. You can't help but not. right? Because life isn't always a bed of roses. So anyway, this has a bunch of mini stickers in it. Several. These are all the same. All Hello Kitty stickers. And then these are a nice transparent set. Of stickers, Hello Kitty. So I just added this in. I think there's quite a few of them in here. Okay. And this lid fits nicely and snugly right on the bottom of it. See? Doesn't even fall off, so keeps it secure. And I could add other stickers to it if I choose, so I like having that. And then let me just move my pouch over so I can set that down. We have this beauty. Okay, this is a Hello Kitty tin, and this is from the Sanrio store that used to be open here. Let's see, this one was actually made in Germany, or made in Japan, and has a German stamp on it here. And it's from 2001. So I actually got this in the physical store that long ago. It was right before I got married, so I got married in 2002. So, in fact, I might just go ahead and add a few more stickers in here while I'm thinking of it. Because I have some handy right here beside me. So, they're just different ones. These happen to be a girly self-care makeup, skincare kind. I have several of them. They fit in here really nicely. And there's plenty of room. Maybe I can get them all in here. Looks like it. Okay. Nice. Okay. Nice and secure. So that worked out good. Now, having the tins in this pouch may not be the most efficient or space worthy, but I like having my things in different elements and textures and touching different things like the tins. I like tins. I always have. So, okay. So let's go through this one. This has been through the ringer in terms of what I've had in it. I've had clear stamps stuck to this in here, and I was just afraid I would lose them, so I decided to do a different method. So, anyway, this actually has a removable piece in it, so it's 2 layers. Okay, so this first layer, I have these itty-bitty Avery tags right here, and they're just all wound by their threads. And then I have a whole bunch of different die cuts and vellum die cuts from various kits. The Planner Society kits and Cocoa Daisy ones, and just all different tags. And then I have a whole bunch of Deflecto bins that I keep tags in, so I just added a few die cuts and just different elements to this, so I could use them on the go, as it were. Okay. Let's just make sure I have it configured right so I can close it. And it stays closed. Yes. Cool. All right. Well, I guess I can show you what it looks like, too. I'm just going to go like that so I can show you. This is what the tin looks like. How cute is that, right? So, it just fits right in snugly to the bottom part. So you can differentiate. So, like, I have bigger things in the bottom of this. These are almost 3x4 cards. Yeah, that's what they are. 3x4 cards, and some of them are smaller. So I keep these on the very bottom. And then die cuts here. A lot of floral die cuts. Butterflies. And let's just go like this to make it easier. So, like when I'm going through things, that's generally what I do. Like, I'll take them from here and I'll just go like that. And that works out really well, actually. So that way you can see what you want to use, pick things out. It's fun, and it's fun for me, actually. And I like doing it. Okay. All right. So I'll just set that to the side. And then on the bottom I have, like, this was a thank you off of a package. So it has the cellophane from the bag. So I just cut it out, fussy cut it. And then I just added it to the mix. And then I just have several other different kinds of die cuts and just like things I've written. So I can just rip up the paper and stick it in. Some Allie Edwards words. This one says wander, you know, just from different, and this is like plasticky. So I just keep a whole bunch of different things in here for art journaling and whatever. Okay. So I like having it in this tin because, as you can see, there's enough room for me to, like, go through, like I said. So, there's that one. And last, but certainly not least, oh, here's another one. I have another Palomino Blackwing Pearl pencil, and on this one I have the silver cap. This is a brand new one. See how long they are? And this is awesome. I like pencil drawing. I just do. And these, I just got these not too long ago, and I love them. This graphite pencil is awesome. Okay, and then last but certainly not least, that is it for my pouch. I have this, and inside this came a child's watercolor set. Now, I'm still going to use the watercolor, but I've taken it out of here because I'm going to make a smaller watercolor set out of a card holder and these little button covers. And you can put a magnet, a tiny magnet on it, or you can opt to use EOS 6000. And I will add one to this kit as well as my Deld pouch because it's so small. But you can actually pack a big punch and use tube watercolors and just put a little dollop in each one and you'll have a beautiful palette. I do believe it's 24 of those cover buttons, so at least that can fit in that card holder because they're so small. So I took this out and I could make a humongous, like, I don't know how many would fit in here, probably maybe even 100 colors because I have the Selenier watercolors in tubes. And that has 550 watercolors in it. So, various colors. So, I might even be able to fit all of it. For sure, I could make a palette using this fitting all of it. Because it has 2 different layers. So, but I got this to use specifically for, you guessed it, more die cuts. And this is already, has the enamel laid on it. Because this was a watercolor palette setup, and it has the palette pieces here that you can mix in. What's this called? Eeboo. E-E-B-O-O. Right here. So this is off of Amazon. Has beautiful butterflies and flowers and tree branches. It's very cute. And on this profile, on the side here, it has hearts all the way around. I don't know what the back looks like. Oh, okay. Let me show you. It came with this 12 vibrant watercolors. Just add water and imagination. And this is called the Butterflies Watercolors. So you can find this on Amazon. And then they also actually have a website, www.eeboo.com, made in China. Okay. And I have used those watercolors already, actually, even though I took it out of this. Because it just has a plastic thing with the 12 colors, and this is a better use of the space, personally. Unless you're using and filling up with, like I said, these cover buttons, because you could make a huge palette with that, too. Okay, so just a whole bunch of die cuts. And a lot of Ali Edwards bags, they come with the one little word logo on it, and I do that project. I even have a little washi piece. So I keep those. I just cut them off the cellophane. Not all of them, but quite a few I have. And that way I can just use that if I so choose. And then just a bunch of tags with different sayings on them, basically. So I really like my tins. So I have 3 tins in this pouch. So I really, really like this setup. So I'm going to put everything back in just to show you. I'm going to keep these on opposite ends because the zipper has a little bit more thickness. And I tried to spread them out like that. So it's not as thick like once you zip it. I'll put that over here. I'll just show you exactly what I did. That there. I could probably even stick that in there. Maybe right here. And then this Hello Kitty one. Where the bolt comes in is when you put stuff in these 4 inner pockets. My Heidi Swap. Okay. And then I try to layer it. Put that block right there. So it's not as bulky. That there. And I'm going to slide this right over here. And then my pencil sharpener. And then my date roller stamp. There, I think I configured this better. And then my Hello Kitty that I have all my tools in. Yeah, this configuration feels better. And then it just zips right up. Okay, yeah, that configuration is much better. So, alright. So that is it. That's the side view of it. Let's try to do the bottom. Oops. And then this side. Okay. And then that's the view from the front. Okay. And then the top. So this configuration, if it's better than when I originally packed it, actually, So the only thing I don't have in here, which I'll just slip in after I change this baggie, is this. But I have room to do it because I had these in there before. So the only thing I took out was this. Okay. So there you have it, folks. That is my Delphonics pouch for on the go, whether it be in my home or out traveling or what have you. So I hope that you like this share. I tried to be very thorough so you could actually see. And I also have one thing missing, which is the watercolor palette, because I'm really contemplating whether I want to go ahead and open up my Selenier watercolors to make that palette, or just get some Holbein watercolor tubes, because they're less expensive. Because the Selenier, they are very, very pricey. That I did go ahead and get it because of the variety of colors. But I'm improving in my watercoloring. I'm improving in my drawing. But I want to be a little bit better before I, take the plunge. And that's the only reason I haven't made that watercolor palette. So just think about it a little bit more. But I'll probably go with the Holbein route because they're just less expensive. And I also have other palettes like the Paul Rubens, but that's just a little bit too big. I'd have to get rid of some things in order to put that in here. And I might just do that because the Hello Kitty tin as well as the Ibu tin, they both have die cuts in them. So I could get rid of one of those and then add my Paul Rubens watercolor set. So, yeah. Alright, guys. So that is my thought process behind this pouch. And, well, actually, I just thought of something that I did not add in here that I think would be actually very, very useful. And I think that I'll just do it right here on the spot. So, I'm going to add this mild liner brush pen. It's a brush pen on one side, and you can use this side for highlighting. So I'm just going to add that in, because I like to have my hand lettering tools at my disposal so I can hand letter whenever I feel like it. So this is just like the minty green one. So, okay, guys, for realsies now, that, my friends, is everything. I appreciate if you stuck through to the end and watched my video. Thank you kindly for your support, and I hope this helps you figure out what you want to put in your pencil pouch, even if you don't travel. It's still nice to have one of these on hand, so you can go in your kitchen, you can go in your living room, your dining room, your basement, your bedroom, wherever, and then just take this with you. You have your planner or your art journal, and then you're all set. Alright, guys, thank you ever so kindly for watching. If you liked what you saw, I hope you do consider subscribing to my channel, and I wish you folks all a very lovely day. Peace out.